one of 16, I should say, Logan Sargent is faster than every other driver on the track by half a second. He has made a dynamite start. Drugovic in second spot. Lombardo now trying to fight off the attack from Bogdan Fetisov. Jean-Baptiste Sminuer is shown in fifth, but I can tell you he's dropped back to sixth because the Indian driver Kushmani from Forza Racing has got past him. Sebastian Fernandez is in seventh. Lap 2 of 16. Tyres now comfortably up to temperature. It is still dry, but there is the odd drop of rain around. A lot of these drivers having their first experience of the KF junior class. A lot of them stepping up out of the 60cc mini class. Talking about drivers such as Muteddin Abdul Ghaffar, Dmitry Bogdanov, Noah Watt, who we mentioned before. And it is a big jump up to this World Championship kart Formula Junior category. You'll remember a week ago, Logan Sargent was sitting in second or third spot in the pouring rain. He looped it. He spun coming into the chicane and dropped back to about 10th spot. Did recover to finish third. Oh, a big incident back in the pack. Oh, you saw that. That was sensational. Nikita Volkov, Noah Watt, Konsta Lapalainen. They came together coming onto the start-finish straight. The yellow flag's out. They have managed to rejoin. As Felipe Drugovic sets about catching your leader, Logan Sargent. That's Kushmani, the black race suit for Forza Racing. Down through the chicane, over the ripple strips. Last week it was through the ripple strips. The foam barriers have been erected there to stop drivers shortcutting the track. Last week shortcutting, no, that was the racing line. Over the ripple strip, over the grass, up to 3 metres in fact. I walked the track earlier in the week and you could see tyre marks 3 metres on the inside of where those barriers now are situated. Drugovic, Lombardo in the Express chassis. Fastest lap for the young Russian Artem Petrov, driving for Danilo Rossi's racing team. The M99-15 chassis, new homologation year for all these karts. Over the ripple strip, did you see the Brazilian then? The kart went up onto 2 wheels as Logan Sargent does the same, going into the McLaren curves. We've already got 5 laps down in this KF Junior final. Logan Sargent from the United States has been absolutely faultless. Drugovic lifts the inside rear nicely. That Cosmic kart working really, really well. Jean-Baptiste Minuer is in 5th spot. Back down to 6th now. The young Frenchman, backed by McDonald's. Comes from the centre of France. Very shy, timid young driver. But hey, he's really quick. He's in 6th, number 350, the Tony car. Drugovic and Lombardo on screen now. Lombardo in 3rd. The plain white helmet, number 335. A look over the shoulder that time from Felipe Drugovic. Into turn 1, nothing in it. Will we see a move this time? Oh, up the inside. Nicely done by Davide Lombardo. He tries to come back on the inside. That's Kushmani. Tries the outside. Drugovic back to 4th. And just defends his line to hold on to that spot. Davide Lombardo signals, let's get on with it. What a move, we predicted a look at the inside rear. Oh, full opposite lock by Davide Lombardo. He had that kart turned in unbelievably. The Vega tyres were working really, really hard. But he made it stick. But in the meantime, Kushmani, while we were looking at that replay, is now up into 2nd spot. Davide Lombardo from up near Venice in northern Italy. Very ragged driving style. Not afraid to put a wheel on the ripple strip. As Bogdan Fetisov moves up a spot. Look at the fight for 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Fetisov has now got Jean-Baptiste Minuer right behind him. Then it's the Chinese driver, Yung Sung Yang. One driver out into the grass, short-cutting the track. Well, will that result in a black flag? He has short-cut the track, being pushed wide into the grass, going into the centre chicane. It is absolutely frantic. But meanwhile, Logan Sargent has got a 2-second lead on the rest of the field. We are at half race distance, the KF Junior Final here at La Conca Muro Lecese. Jean-Baptiste Minuer, the centre of your screen now with the orange helmet. Kush Maney in front of him. Clement Novalak has come from way, way back. The Swiss driver who now lives in Britain is now into 6th spot. I can tell you that the debris flag is being shown, indicating that there are drops of water on the circuit. The race continues. It is full green conditions. But it is starting to rain very, very slightly. Logan Sargent's driving superbly. The driver from the United States of America has got the Italian Davide Lombardo breathing down his neck. The gap is now down to 1 second. It was out to 2. He's catching him. Then it's the driver from Bangalore, India, Kush Maney in 3rd spot. The Frenchman, Jean-Baptiste Minuer in 4th. And then Clement Novalak now up into 5th place. Jean-Baptiste in the orange helmet, Novalak. Oh, you can see him get a little bit sideways. It's wet. He's gone off the track. Logan Sargent has gone off the track. He manages to stay in the lead, but only just. The track is wet. It is raining. The KF Junior Final continues, but only for another couple of moments. The red flag is out. The red flag is out as per CIK regulations. Oh, how lucky was that? Sargent has now spun. Logan Sargent has now spun, as has Petrov. But the race has been red flagged. Oh, how lucky was the young American? We will go back a lap to when he was leading. Very, very slight rain, but enough to put your race leader off the track. You saw it live on WSK.it. The race director, Mr. Alessandro Ferrari, waves the red flag. That's not him. That's one of the marshals working here at La Conca. But on the start-finish line, that's him to the left of your screen with the red flag, Mr. Alessandro Ferrari. The race director has pulled out the red flag as per CIK regulations. Well, I'm not sure why they're signalling to do another lap. Obviously something we don't know up here in the commentary box. I kind of thought the red flag meant stop. Nevertheless, they do continue on. Back to pit lane. That is why. You can see how greasy it is. The WSK Karting Champions Cup has now turned into a WRC rally event. Opposite lot from these drivers. They just try and get back to pit lane. The race has been stopped. It is red flagged. You can see the rain there. It is now coming down. I wonder on what lap the local flag marshals predicted it would come. Last week in the KF final, they said lap 6, lap 7, sure enough. We've got to lap 9 in the KF Junior final. Yes, back to pit lane for a change to Vega wets. So the race has been stopped, but it is not over yet. That part of the track, you can see how wet it is. The rain is coming in from the Adriatic Sea. to our, let me see, to our east, west, not, to our east, of course. Yeah, I can see the clouds getting very dark. There is sunlight behind it, but I think we're going to get really, really wet really soon. The KF Junior Final has been stopped after lap number 9. Can see the rain coming down. That is Sebastian Fernandez, number 334, to the right of your screen, making it back to pit lane. A couple of stranded carts being brought back in as well. We will backdate a lap. Noah Watt manages to restart, make his way back to the pits. Sebastian Fernandez on screen there. Well, this is where the teams really earn their money. A quick change to Vega Wets. We will await official notification from race organisers, but I do suspect we will see a full change to the Vega Wet tyres. The WSK Champions Cup coming to you live on WSK.it. Thank you for joining us wherever you are all around the world. That's Noah Watt, number 329, the RFM driver. Makes it back to pit lane. The field, we believe, will be reset. The track's actually not that wet water-wise, but it's greasy. There's not exactly standing puddles. But as you saw, our leader, Logan Sargent, going off. As we wait for confirmation from race direction. The KF Junior Final, the WSK Champions Cup, La Conca, here on February the 8th. I suppose we shouldn't complain. Most of Italy, indeed most of Europe as we speak, is actually under snow. I believe there was actually about a metre of snow in Milan yesterday. Roads are blocked, airports shut down. It's not exactly pleasant here in the south of Italy, but it could be a whole lot worse. They are forecasting close to snow tomorrow, only 5 degrees. It's actually about 8 or 9 degrees at the moment, but very overcast, very dark. Well, the race is not over yet. The cart's being pushed back into Parc Ferme. The slick tyres are coming off. The wet tyres are going on. In the back of his mind, probably actually in the front of his mind, will be the error made by Logan Sargent 7 days ago. He was furious with himself. He did manage to come back home in third spot. As we get underway, you can expect a very determined drive by the young American. Davide Lombardo in the white helmet, the Esprit chassis. You can see how hard they're working the steering wheel. The temperature that was in those Vegas slick tyres is gone. They will be cold. The bitumen is cold. The air is cold. They're running wide as they try and form up. Another lap or so just to build up the temperature in those Vegas will help. Cushmaney's getting on with it though. Who's got the setup for these conditions? Sargent starts on the front from Lombardo, Cushmaney, Jean-Baptiste Minuer, Clement Novalak. Then we have Felipe Drugovic, Afton Petrov, Presley Martono, Sun Yu Yang, and Lorenzo Colombo. Christian Lundgaard, look out for him in position number 12. The 305 Tony Kart from Ward Racing in Sweden. desperately trying to get some heat into those tyres and get some traction. We will have another formation lap. You can see the sun starts to set here at La Conca Muro Lucchese, right down in the south of Italy. Oh, we've lost one on the straight. It's Davide Lombardo. He spun on the start-finish line. Oh, that was sensational. The Italian did not collect another driver, but that is how treacherous it is. He has managed to rejoin. Kushmani says, hey, no worries, I'll take second. Davide Lombardo, I'm looking for him. There he goes through now. He's actually trying to rejoin his position. I don't know that he's going to be able to get back up to second by the time we go green, which should be at the end of this lap. Kushmani, that's him right there with the black race suit. Forza Racing, the TKART. The driver from Bangalore, India, is looking really, really good here this afternoon with 5 laps remaining. This KF Junior final. Logan Sargent's not mucking around either. He's ready to get on with it. We are going to go green at the end of this lap. Sargent desperately trying to put heat in the tyres. Now he puts his foot down. We are racing. Kushmani up the inside. Sargent holds him off. Very, very greasy conditions as they make their way through for the first time. I can tell you that Bogdan Fetisov and his countryman Nikita Volkov are on wet tyres. The two Russians, let's have a look for them. They're way down the field at the moment. Volkov is in 20 seconds. Fetisov, I can't even see him on our screen. He's that far down, but they are on wets. Every other driver is on slick tyres, including your leader, Logan Sargent. Kushmani up the inside, not quite close enough. As they go up the Ascari straight into the centre chicane, they try and hook a rim on the inside of that concrete to try and monorail their way through the centre chicane. Bogdan Fetisov and Nikita Volkov are on rain tyres. Bogdan Fetisov was 13th last time round. Where is he now? As they come across the line, I'll tell you where he is. He's right behind. He's in second place. Bogdan Fetisov on wet tyres. Oh, they know something about cold weather in Russia, do they? They know something about the wet. The driver in second is on wets. Your leader, Logan Sargent, is on slicks. He's not going to be able to hold him off the track. He's virtually dry, but it's very greasy. This is the move for the lead. This is sensational. He was 13th the first time around. Takes the wide wet weather line. Why wouldn't he? He's on wet weather tyres. Bogdan Fetisov down the inside into the lead. This is sensational. The Russian who elected to go with Vega wets for 5 laps. He says, I don't care if they're canvas at the end. I want to win this race. And he's going to do it if he can hold on for 2.5 more laps. The TKART driver down the inside. Logan Sargent's trying to fight back though. He's got heat into those Vegas slicks. It has stopped raining. The track is getting better. Those Vega wets will be burning up. He doesn't care though. Doesn't matter what they're like at the end of this race. 2 laps to go. Bogdan Fetisov on wet tyres. Nikita Volkov also is on the wets, but he is down a little bit. His countryman is leading. Fetisov leads Sargent. The Cold War has reignited. The Russian leads the American. The Russian looks over his shoulder. Logan Sargent's not giving up. This driver sits very, very low in the cart for Ricky Flynn Motorsport with 1.5 laps to go. Oh, has a look up the inside. They go down through the centre chicane for the second last time. Oh, there goes Sargent. Kushmani also. Kushmani. Freaking hell, what a move by the Indian. That was just sensational. Third up into first. The driver from Bangalore, India. Man, that was amazing. The American fights back. Logan Sargent. The American leads the Indian. Fetisov is back to third. Oh, this race has got everything. We are on the last lap. The KF Junior Final. Sargent, I think he's going to do it. Why? Because he's determined to make up for the error 7 days ago. The driver for Ricky Flynn Motorsport. It was a brave move by Fetisov and Nikita Volkov to put the wet tyres on, but they've faded. Davide Lombardo on screen. He goes through in 6th spot. A look over the shoulder. Oh, this is fantastic. Well done. Final corner. No mistake this time for the young American. The winner. A look over the shoulder. Logan Sargent. He wins it and he is delighted.